Senator Boni Khalwale.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to strongly support this bill, but with little tweaks here and there. And Mr. Speaker, I'm surprised that Senator Cherargei and Senator Osoti, members of this House, who I believe are seasoned and they give serious thought to legislation, are complaining that our elections are too expensive. If you think democracy is expensive, please go and try dictatorship. Please go and try military rule. You will know the difference. And Mr. Speaker, I say this with maximum respect because I know for Cherargei in 2007, when the country went bust because of flaws in electoral process, probably he was in kindergarten, so he has no idea how even, Mr. Speaker, sir, your own father, who was a senior member of this House, how they fought so hard to keep the country together. Mr. Speaker, I therefore want to say that our process that looks expensive, it is because we are ahead of many other countries in the world. They'll play catch up and they will start doing what we are doing today. I therefore want to thank the members of NATCO for this particular process that informed this bill. Mr. Speaker, I believe strongly that election laws should be reviewed regularly as a practice at the end of every electoral cycle. What is important in this belief of mine is that obviously there are lessons that we learn from every election that invite an opportunity for us to make the process better. We should therefore not ever get tired of reviewing our election laws over and over again. Mr. Speaker, it is agreed that an election starts and must end at a polling station. This was not only the intention of the Constitution, but it was also confirmed by the decision of the High Court, which has guided many, many petitions in this country that we have seen, especially the presidential elections. I therefore want to add my voice to this law that is now making it clearer that election will start and end at a polling station. Colleagues, let me tell you about the figure 500. If you are to take account of 1 up to 500, and you are counting pieces of paper, 1, 2, 3, up to 500, it cannot take an hour. It is within that 1 hour, you can sort out the votes. Abdul, Senator, got this, his opponent got this, and then be able to count 1 to 500 and actually be able to get a result in a polling station of what the Senator of Wajir got vis-a-vis his opponent. We should defeat the corruption that accompanies the voting process that leads to the delay in a place like Kisumu. The distinguished professor had to wait for 3 days before you could know his fate. What annoys is that, Mr. Speaker, in my own experience, I have got my own tallying center, counting and tallying center. I know the results because I get feedback from my counting agents in every polling station. Then I'm forced, after knowing the results by around midnight, I'm forced to stay 3 days for what I know to be announced by the returning officer. We should make this the practice, and I'm happy that they have now put in timelines that within 2 hours the result should be announced. Mr. Speaker, the reason why we should insist further is that the people who want to manipulate the electoral process usually count on our agents, counting agents, and our agents at polling station becoming fatigued. Because how will somebody sit in the counting hall, tallying hall, for 3 days, non-stop, and you expect them to be alert enough to guard against rigging? Mr. Speaker, I wanted to speak at length on this issue, but because of the request from the distinguished senator of Nairobi, Senator Mutinda, I want to vacate my contribution earlier so that she can have an opportunity to speak. But I want to request her to allow me to speak so that I am stopped, Mr. Speaker, at exactly 25 minutes past. So could the clerks at the table stop me at 25 minutes past so that I allow Mutinda now to do her bit?
Honorable Senator, I have no problem with you spending less time than you're allocated.
Yeah.
But the procedure in the House is that after you speak, I have to give an opportunity to the other side. And I have Senator
So my gift I should give to Professor. I want to appeal to Tabitha I want to appeal to her to accept that, because we are very proud of Professor. Professor, the work you did in court, that was a study in the practice of law. The jibes you were throwing, my 2 young lawyers in my family, my daughter Vivian, and my son Sonista, they were very happy with you, the way you conducted yourself in court, and of course, you brought us the right result. Congratulations. Mr. Speaker, I want to speak to the problem of nominations. The nominations, as stated earlier by my colleagues, must cease being the decision of political party leaders. Members of political parties must vote to decide on the party list, so that after members of ODM have voted on all the names of the people who want to be nominated senators, then the women who get the highest number of votes are put on the party list in the order of the number of votes they got, so that it's not the decision of the political party leader. You can see the misguided contribution for the center of Nandi suggesting that party leaders conduct nominations from hotel rooms. I'm surprised that he was not forced to apologize and withdraw. We have distinguished senators here, people like Beatrice Oyoma, people with families, people like Mutinda with families. What message are we sending to their families that they were nominated from rooms? Shame on Senator Cherargei. He is even imputing further improper motive, Mr. Speaker, on senators who are males. Chemera, who are males. Is he suggesting that they are homosexuals? That their party leaders are homosexuals? It's unbelievable that we can degenerate to that level, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I've said it before and I want to repeat that people living with disabilities, they should themselves vote amongst themselves to decide who amongst them should represent them and not the decision of political party leaders. I also believe that we should continue amending the laws until we ensure that women reps are elected not universally in the county, but they are elected by fellow women, because they are only women who know who are the best women that should represent them as women reps. If they don't want them to be women reps, then we should amend the constitution not to call them women rep. But because the constitution calls them women reps, they should be elected by the people they represent, the women, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, having said that, I now want to give way for our good professor to then inform us on his thoughts on this law I support.